All right, what's up, everyone? It's Aztec 101. I want to talk about Adrian Broner versus Manny Pacquiao. We had that fight last weekend on Saturday, and you know, I mean, where do I begin? I'll start off by talking about his performance. Um, well, leading up to the fight, I'm sure a lot of people thought that Manny Pacquiao was going to probably knock out Adrian Broner. Now, a lot of us that have been following Adrian Broner, we know he has a solid chin, right? Um, but the one thing with this fight, when I saw it go down, I got to be honest, the first 3 rounds, I thought Adrian Broner had a good game plan. I liked what he was doing. Um, he had a good game plan, a good strategy. He was trying to bait Pacquiao in, trying to land a counter. Um, the problem was that once that didn't work, there wasn't an adjustment. It was a good game plan. It was a good try, and it was working to a certain extent. Like he was landing that left hook. The check left hook would land sometimes, and his right hand would land, but he would counter with one punch and get out of the way. And yeah, I mean Pacquiao's been knocked out before, but Broner needs to obviously follow up with a combination, and that was noticeable within the first 3 rounds. Like he had a good strategy. He was baiting Pacquiao in. Pacquiao wasn't able throughout the entire fight successfully close the ring. He was not able to keep Adrian Broner from moving, and Adrian Broner he kept slipping out of there. He was moving a lot. I would say he was running because he wasn't throwing punches. But again, as far as a strategy, staying alive, being able to survive, and then making the rounds difficult to score, I think Broner had a good strategy. One of the biggest problems I have is I think Broner's corner was too busy trying to give him positive feedback. They weren't just being straight up. They weren't just saying, "Look, you're not throwing enough punches. The rounds are close, but you're making a miss." Broner's not known for having great defense, but his defense was working very well against Pacquiao. There were a few times Pacquiao was able to clip Broner, um, but he wasn't able to put him down. He wasn't able to finish it. He dazed Broner a little bit, and Broner got back. Uh, I'm not angry with Broner's performance, honestly, and to be 100% honest, I can actually kind of see why, from his perspective, he thinks he won the fight. He wasn't being by the, I would say, the ninth round. It's your corner's responsibility to let you know whether you're winning or losing. And I think that because his corner wasn't just straight up with him, kept giving him positive feedback, he's in the ring looking at something completely different. He's probably noticing that he's making Pacquiao miss a lot, and he probably felt his punches land harder than what they look to us. So he felt comfortable with what he was landing. But from our point of view, we're seeing him get swarmed by Pacquiao, and yeah, he would counter with one or two punches, good punches, but uh, they weren't enough to win the rounds. I think his corner needed to tell him that you're losing the fight by the ninth round at least. And that would have been too late already. So I'm not really mad, not just at his strategy. I think he had a good strategy. I think Broner um, survived. He was supposed to get beat the fuck up. You look at past Pacquiao opponents, even Jeff Horn, who beat him, got his ass beat by Pacquiao. So you look at the line of victims that Pacquiao has had. Broner leaving without too much damage. That's a win. That is a win. That is a win. I get it. He was fighting to survive. I think again he probably was fighting a combination of trying to fight to survive. He knows he's got a big puncher in front of him, but he was also, fighting to win. Except there wasn't anybody in his corner telling him that he wasn't doing that. He wasn't winning. Um, Other than that, I mean, I think a lot of people are hard on Broner for good reason. I mean, Broner kind of takes it to an extreme. He got his post fight press conference, comments that he made. What he made, it was the comments that he made after, like right after the fight when they were still in the ring. I think was disrespectful to Pacquiao. I don't know why he was calling him a boy. And then, and I wasn't too upset at seeing him thinking that he won the fight. Look, I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I've seen a lot of great fighters go in there, they lose. It's obviously lost, but in their head, they feel they won the fight or they did enough. I've seen that happen a lot. All right. I remember when Marquez fought Bradley. He didn't even stay for the post fight interview. He just walked out the ring. He thought he won the fight, and it was obvious he didn't. Um, so I'm not mad at Broner because I've seen a lot of fighters do this. What was annoying was just seeing how Broner is. He's not a good winner and he's not a good loser. Like the guy, he is what he is. Like I think he's said this before. No one can tell him anything. Like it doesn't matter. Broner won't do what's best for him, even if you tell him what's best for him. So I mean, as far as I go, like talking about his personality and all that, I feel like he's a lost cause. He is what he is. Um, I don't want to write him off as a fighter because I like watching his fights. This one wasn't a very good fight, but put a good fighter in front of him. He seems to put on great shows with other fighters. Even though he loses, it's a fun fight. I mean, all the other bullshit. What'd you expect? You guys expected him to win? I don't know why so many people are upset at his performance. Like upset that he didn't let his hands go or something. He was fighting Pacquiao. Uh, he was doing the right thing. He was keeping his chin protected. He did pretty well at dodging a lot of punches. Um, the biggest you look. I think as much as people want to get mad at Broner, boxing fans have to take responsibility for overrating him a long time ago. You guys kind of ruined his career by doing that. I mean, not just boxing fans, but also writers and publishers. I think it was Ring Magazine that had Adrian Broner as like he was like in the pound for pound list. He was like on the top five, and this was years ago. I think it was before he. It was either it had to have been around the time he fought Paulie Malignaggi when they were calling him Broner 2.0 or Floyd 2.0. Um, there was a lot of hype behind him. A lot of hype behind him. And so now they're mad. They're mad that he didn't live up to this unrealistic hype that they had him. They thought he was going to remain undefeated. Um, but he's still a good fighter. He's fun to watch. I don't know. I think Pacquiao should retire. I heard that he had a detached retina. Um, he's old, so he needs to let it go. He needs to just retire. I've had fun watching Pacquiao, and I think if he wants to make money, he needs to find some fighters from the Philippines, start promoting them. Start promoting. Follow in Floyd's footsteps. Link up with Floyd and have your own promotional company and start bringing in fighters from the Philippines and build the next megastar. I mean, there's no reason why he should still be trying to fight Errol Spence or Keith Thurman or Terrence Crawford. Um, but tell me what you guys think. That's pretty much my thoughts on the fight. This is Aztec 101, and I'm out.